Hi folks, I'm Mike Madison, Director of the Wittenberg Writing Center and the Oral Communication Center, the OCC. And this is a quick video on how to make an email session. Now, if you have a draft of a paper and want some feedback from a writing advisor, an email session can be a good way to go. And with an oral presentation, if you have a PowerPoint and want one of the consultants to offer feedback on that, an email session is also possible. So let me run through the steps to show you how to set that up. Now, first thing is to get to the calendar. And again, if you type in Wittenberg, there we go. We hope you type it so often you have it right in the URL. You can go to the Writing Center main page, and from there, make an appointment, and then onto the red stapler, where you then enter in your email and your password, and that will log you in to the calendar. Now, if you do have a PowerPoint presentation and want something for one of the OCC consultants, you use this drop-down menu here, and you can choose OCC calendar. But the Wittenberg calendar, the Writing Center, is the default, and that will come up. And so if you want a written response from one of the advisors, you use this calendar. Now, one tip, if you are working in a particular discipline and would like to work with an advisor who majors in that discipline, then this drop-down menu can work. Say you have an education paper. If you click on that, it will limit the calendar to those folks who have listed education as one of their main areas of interest. So Caitlin, Bailey, and Katie could make an appointment with any of them. Again though, any advisor can work on any piece of writing that you're working on. So what you need to do then, if you have a paper you'd like a response, is find a time on the calendar. You don't need to be there for the email session, so you just need to find an hour of time on the calendar and then set up the appointment. So let's just start right here. Anna, Monday on the 24th. We open that, and then what we'll do is fill in all the information. First thing though is to make sure this is an hour long. So from 12 to 1, this tells you a little bit about Anna, her focus, and then meet online. Yes, for an e-tutoring appointment. That's an email session, an e-tutoring appointment. And then we need to fill in information about the course. This one is English 255, and the instructor is Reinowski. The visit is not required. I just want to get a second opinion on this paper. And then with the prompt, if you can be as detailed as possible for us, that helps us in responding to the paper. A paragraph like this would help us know a little bit about the assignment. We were supposed to choose a Shakespeare play, give our analysis of it, choose a scene that was important, and explain how it helped with the theme of the play. We were supposed to quote from the play, but we did not have to use outside resources. Okay. And then down at the bottom, sometimes folks will actually attach the assignment sheet to us. And if you have that and can attach it, that's helpful as well. So what would you most like to focus on? Brainstorming, coherence, organization, development, evidence. For this, I'd like to know if the paper makes sense. And transitions too. How does it work in between paragraphs? We didn't have to use outside sources in this paper, so none, but do tell us what style you're citing in when you do have resources. That helps us know. And then the due date for this is August 30th. Now here with email sessions, we have another text box. And again, the more details that you can give us, the better it is for us in responding to your paper. So here's a detailed paragraph. My teachers before have told me transitions don't always make sense, so if you could look at those, specifically on page 3. I'm also not sure the paper has a great introduction. The professor said she really wants the first paragraph to stand out and be captivating. I'm not sure it did that. What do you think? And if you can check the grammar too, that's great. I don't always understand semicolons. So as much as you can tell us, this is kind of like the conversation that you'd have with an advisor if you sat down. So give us an understanding of what you think works well in the paper, what questions you have, and that can help us shape the response. Tell us how many pages you have to work on. This is about a 5-page paper, and then you can upload from this. Now, if you don't have your draft done, you can still make an assignment, make an appointment, and you can always come back and add the paper to it later. But if you do have the draft done, you can go ahead and upload it right now. Let's see, this would be in There's my English 255 paper. There we go, and I can just title it as English 255. Now, if I did have the assignment sheet, I could use that file number 2 and also upload that. Right? But after you've filled out everything, after you've attached the paper to us, then you create the appointment. The appointment was saved successfully. It's an e-tutoring appointment. This should tell you all your notes in there, and you can see that your attachment is right there. So then all you need to do is close the appointment. You'll see that it's scheduled for you, and now all you need to do is wait until Monday, August 24th at 1 o'clock at the end of the appointment, and then you'll be able to retrieve your paper. Now, I did want to show you what it looks like when you go to retrieve your paper. So, if it's 1 o'clock on Monday the 24th, you can log back in and reopen the appointment, and you'll notice down here that the response has loaded. So, you can open that up, and when you open it, you'll have a Word document. There, the Wally Witt paper for English 255. There will be comments down the side made by the advisor and occasionally some track changes within the paper itself. And at the end, there will be a note to you talking about your comments, your questions, what you had. The more you give us then in the text box, the more we can respond to those in our letter back to you. So, that's how you make an email appointment. Log into the calendar, tell us the details about your paper, attach your paper to us, and then at the end of the session time, you can log back in and pick the paper up. Right? So, good luck with all your writing this semester, and we will look forward to working with you in the Writing Center and the OCC.